Yes, so business model basically consists of how you buy and sell businesses, how you acquire the customers, how you use the technology, how you service your client. Most important, what is a USP to for this? Now, if you see Gojek, so what is the business model of Gojek? So business model of Gojek is to bring all the OJK driver under the platform, and then they aggregate this. This is called aggregate model, where they acquire everything and then they bring consumers. So customer can go on the platform and can choose from this. So this is a business model. Now, technically, there are 5 elements to it in the any business model. One is that how you make revenues. Okay. Then what are your costs? What are different cost structure which you have. Third is how do you interact, or what is your user experience, which is your EI in this. And finally, the most important is what level of technology you are engaged. So of course, there are other, but these are most important which you need to understand. So now, so what I have done, I've listed a few business models for you. So they are like, 10, 20, 10 business model, different business model. And if you start the business, you can choose one of these when you start it. Okay, so the first is like a freemium model. Now, if you see the freemium model, the model is very simple. You provide some free to users. So, if you, let's say Dropbox. So Dropbox come with this, that you give them, let's say, 1 GB or 100 GB of free storage. But if you want more storage, you have to make the payment. So this model is very useful, especially for SaaS product. SaaS is actually subscription as a service. Let's say if you have any subscription or any software which you want like people to pay and give use and pay. So this is the best model. So what is the benefit of this model is that consumer can test the model, test the product, and then of course if they like the product, they can upgrade or buy this to the new product or upgrade it. So this is interesting again, where you want the users to use it, early adopters, and once people start using it, you start charging it. Now, classic example is Google, Gmail. Gmail is a freemium model. So, they give you some 30 GB free or 15 GB free. So you start using the Gmail. So everybody globally use the Gmail. Now what Gmail comes, suddenly I got one mail notification that you need to pay. So that is the model. So this is very useful to create your brand awareness, to create your market, to create your network. But the challenge is that to convert the people from free to pay, because many people may just use the free version, and like many Dropbox users, they just use the free version, or Evernote or Asana. These are different models they use for free, but never convert to the pay. And also, I think sometimes it's very difficult to draw a line that what you should give free, what you should pay, be moved under a payment model. If you give too much of free, people will not be converted. And if you don't give anything free, then very difficult for people to understand and use it. So a lot of these SaaS or subscription-based model, where this is one of the best model, freemium model, which is there. So of course, there are a few examples, and I'm going to take, okay, I think Mr. Karel has said that business model is business available on internet. The modern businesses use technology to competitive advantage, of course, yes, and deeply concerned with the social environment and vision. So end of the day, you have to create value for your customer and stakeholder, and that's a business model. So so now, okay, good, Karel. So I'll move to next one. The next is a subscription model. This model has become very successful now, especially with lot of people going for, D2C brand, or people who have, they started with the small businesses and they're kind of expanding it. So what happened in this kind of model? In this kind of model, basically, you subscribe for some services or product or services. And in this, you don't have to worry about paying or worrying about quantity or price. So it can be some, unlimited use, or it can be some, some kind of search. So one example of this is, for example, very is like a news media, So let's say you subscribe to some media company, news, and you can just read news, you just pay them $30 or $10 for monthly and read unlimited news. So that's called subscription model. Another example, classic example is now what happened, there's a very interesting company, which is for the men's grooming. So they say that, for the men, whatever you need, whatever product you need for every month, we will supply you. You just pay us, let's say $100. And they supplied them, with a shaving cream or face wash. So the person don't have to worry about the pay about individual product. He just pay a fixed amount, and he gets this subscription every month. He gets, his all your cosmetics at home. So he just pay $100 and he's get unlimited. So as soon as it finished, you just press the order, and then the order is again replenishment. So this is kind of model is very successful, especially now in D2C news media company, where this. So of course, this is in this model, you get the revenue every month. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. But the only problem is that, the problem which we are seeing in Netflix, that Netflix is one example of this company. Recently, last week, Netflix share fell by around 30% in US. And the reason why, because a Netflix subscriber first time has fallen by 200,000 subscribers. Now, one of the reasons they say, people in many countries, they start sharing the password with each other. So if I'm not seeing the Netflix, I will give it to my friend. If my friend is not seeing the movie, he can give to me, and I can share the cost. Now, because of this model sometimes may not be useful to grow the business, and it's a quite restrictive model. So now all this company, which is subscription, they are working on some plan where they can kind of restrict the usage or sharing of the passwords. So this is very good if you have content-based business, but of course the downside is the password sharing. People, not paying it. There are many platforms where you even get the pirated version of password online. So these are which limits the growth. The third is an ad-supported model. Now, what happened? Platform like Facebook, Google, and if you go to a lot of this OTT, online content program which is coming. So what happens that subscriber don't have to pay anything, so everything's free. Like Facebook is free for us, right? But actually it's not free, because every video you see on the Facebook, everything you see, suddenly an ad comes in, and Facebook makes money from those ads. Now these are the model where you have a lot of subscribers and you don't have to pay anything, but the users, they make money from the subscribers. So they make money from the advertiser. So, but in this kind of model, which we have seen, that content are all free. So you can, like in Google, you can search anything in Google, but Google makes money from advertisement, which is paid by the third party. So the users, like say, if you search any Google, you don't have to pay. Like in Facebook, if you open the Facebook post, suddenly a lot of ad comes, but it's Facebook is free for us. We don't have to pay, but the ad revenue is paid by third party. Now, in this kind of model, generally, if you want to be successful in this kind of model, you have to grow very fast. You cannot run this model on the small scale. So you need to have a long, subscription. Let's say, you have $1 million, $2 million subscription, and then you start making money on this. Now, only problem is that sometimes the ad content is, people don't like it, too much of ad, and people may prefer paying a small amount of subscription but no ad, rather seeing that ad every time, same ad. It's quite frustrating. Now I'll tell you one example. In India, in the OTT, or the online movie platform, where you don't have to pay any money, So all the money, it's all free. But after every 10 minutes, there's like 2 minutes or 3 minutes of ad, which is very boring. If you're seeing any movies and suddenly ad comes in, so it's very boring. But that's what it is. So if you want something for free, you have to bear the cost. So I say that nothing is free in this world. People think something is free, but I think nothing is free. So you have to pay in some form. So these are very a good model if you have a large user base, consumer base to grow with. Now, second is the ecosystem model. Now, again, ecosystem model is like Samsung, Google, Apple, Tesla. So, and it also, applies to various other, like we talk about Android, then we talk about Apple Pay, Apple. So ecosystem is model where I create a core product, okay? Like Google. Google has a search engine, but it has created a lot of other product around that. Like Apple. The Apple is only your mobile, but they have a lot of Apple apps, which is around the ecosystem. So in the ecosystem model, you create a central product, but you try to bring all the ancillary product around you. And that is where you become so huge that nobody can replace you because you have your own. So it's like building your own city. So Google, for example, or Apple, for example. Now, Apple has a product, for example, Apple Watch, Apple Mobile, and it has an app which is there. So moving from Apple to Apple product is very easy because they have all ecosystem. But moving from Apple product to Samsung or Samsung to Apple is very difficult. Now, this is what the ecosystem means. It increase the entry barrier in that. So nobody can come into your ecosystem and you just don't allow any competitor to grow in the ecosystem. So this kind of model, again, start with the center product and you bring around this, there's unlimited growth potential. You can bring as many products as you can, but only problem that this require a lot of time and huge investments. You cannot just start this business ecosystem model. Like Gojek, if you see Gojek, they're trying to be a super app. Now, super app has something very similar, not exactly, but they're trying to create an ecosystem where they want to do everything. They don't want anyone else to come in Indonesia and do, because they are becoming so huge, they have a lot of this, so they want to do everything. So that's the model. Now, the second thing is that, hidden revenue model, where technically the consumer don't pay anything, okay, but they make money through the data, or they make money from the third party. In a classic example is all the health app. So if you see all the health, like Google Health or Google Fit, if you have this app, the Google Fit track all your data. They track your running data, your heartbeat, or you have Alexa, or they have a lot of these app which collects all your data, and they say we'll give you all your data about your health, health screening, or I will tell you how your heartbeat is going. But actually those are not free, because those apps are collecting all your data because of your age, your lifestyle, your issues, and then they are selling this data to third party. Now this is a hidden revenue model where they take something from you, they give you something, but end of the day they make money by selling this to the third party. And like one example, like if you search anything in the Google, so maybe you can try this on your mobile. If you search anything on Google, okay, what happened immediately, Google sells that data to Facebook and you start seeing that Facebook ad. So this is what the model is. So model is that consumer don't get anything by searching in Google, even if you don't have to pay anything, but Google sells all your data to Facebook and immediately Facebook will start showing those ads. You can try that. You can search about shoes or chocolates or anything, and suddenly you'll see the ads on the Facebook. So this is a model where the revenue is generated from the third party. Again, for this, you need a lot of it. Now, third is a platform model. Basically, the platform model is a model which connects, simply they connects buyer and seller. And especially, and this is on the old model, which is like e-commerce, or buying some matchmaking partners, or people who wants to need something and people want to sell something. So The classic example is Amazon. The classic example is buying and selling cars. The classic example is buying and selling, any other, a matchmaking or marriage profile matching or those kind of, So so basically they just create a platform. What does platform mean? They create an ecosystem where people can come and connect with each other for some objective. Now, objective could be buying, selling, providing some kind of services or selling some kind of thing, etc. It could be any other object. Now, it has a huge potential, and this model is especially successful where you have a lot of unorganized players. Unorganized players means small players. Now, you have seen this company called Ula in Indonesia. Now, Ula is actually this kind of platform model, in Indonesia. So what you can do, if you are a mom and pop show, you're selling grocery stuff, you can call Ula, and Ula will give you everything from financing to this, and you pay Ula based on your need. So it's connect between the potential seller of goods and buyer. And likewise, you can connect with the different players in the market. Now, sharing model, I'm sure that this we all know. Sharing is like Airbnb, or it is like Uber or Lyft or any other model where you just share your unlimited capacity. So basically, this model is successful if you have some kind of assets and you're not using it completely. Now, especially it could be like your car, it could be your bike, it could be your house, it could be your offices, or it could be your services. So let's say if I'm a professional and I'm working from 9 to 5, but after 6 o'clock I need to do some work to gain extra. So that's also come with the sharing model where I go and give my services when I'm free for, let's say, 2-3 hours. And classic example is your Gojek and Uber. So again, in this, users can use the product without owning. So if I need, like Airbnb, I'm sure that everybody have used. So if I need to use any house anywhere in US or in Canada or in Indonesia, I can just book the house and stay there. Because let's say I'm out of the town for 1 week, I can give that house on rent. And of course, I don't need any investment to start this business because I already own that house. So this is, again, is very potential if you have some kind of asset or services which you're not using at 100% capacity. But only challenge is that you need to grow more. And the biggest challenge is that in this kind of business model, consumers are not loyal. Consumer don't care about what kind of services do. The consumer is more concerned about the freebies, the discounts, or some kind of stuff. So in this way, to get those kind of sticky customers is always a challenge. Of course, Airbnb, you may have rating model, which is still people find sticky. But if you go to Uber, if you go to Gojek, if you go to Grab, consumers are not at all sticky. They just go for the cheapest one. So the quality sometimes doesn't matter. If I need a car from here to Malaysia, I don't care, which car I get, the cheapest one, I'll take it. So in this one, there's a challenge where you are in this commodity business. So your value is only your network. So of course, which plays on economies of scale. So bigger the size, the better you are and the capture. And one more point in this kind of business, that unless you are first 2 or 3 players, it's very difficult to enter this kind of business, because this business has become so huge that it has no place for more than 2 to 3 players in any industry. Whether if you see in Gojek, whether you see in the Airbnb space, or so, it's very difficult. So if you want any business, you need to grow quickly and faster. So in case you have any questions till now, you can put on the chat, and definitely I'm going to take it. Okay, now the next is on-demand model. Now, on-demand model is very simple. Let's say, I'm looking for some movies, okay, and I want to learn something, for example, which could be, so the on-demand model, and of course, Rivguru is something like on-demand model, where if somebody needs to learn something, what they can do is they can just go and buy that and see. So for example, if you want to see movie today, you can go to Google Play TV and just buy some movie, or you want to listen some music, buy from Spotify or movie. So these model, basically you have a lot of content, but user only take the content which he needs and when he wants that. So of course it's kind of pay-per-use model. But to build this kind of model, you need a lot of investment because you need to invest in the technology. You need to match it in the need with the content. And of course, you need to create the content. And content creation is always an expensive model. So this is the model which is quite useful for the Google Play TV or any other thing. Okay, now e-commerce, of course, this is quite simple and oldest. I will not spend time in this. It's a marketplace model, which is something very similar to Tokopedia, Shopify, Alibaba, where buyer and seller come in. Okay, now one more thing which you need to understand, that there may be a common example, because when you make a business model, it may be merger of two or three different models. It's not that every model is unique. Some models may have some common benefits, the common features, the common thing. So you can use or make a business model which is a mixture of these two. And of course, I've not listed all, but there are many more models which are there in the market, which are coming. But these are some of the generally used. Okay, now this is some new model which is there. This is digital business model. Basically, it's more advisor bidding WhatsApp kind of model, where you put your job and people start bidding for your job, and then whoever pays is you get the commission and take it. So these bidding model is very suitable where where there are a lot of users and looking for the cheapest product, and this alternate to e-commerce. For example, you need to buy the TV. So one way is to go to Tokopedia and buy. Another is that you list on the website, and all the retail people can go and start bidding for that, and then they can buy that the model. So in this model, of course, you can get cheaper than the online, but the only thing is that it is easy to start, but very easy to move or customers or reach, because again this is a model of size and the capacity. So bigger is the better for you. The challenge is to expand your network, and that's the biggest challenge. But this model is again interesting model where you can do, for example, if you're on WhatsApp, you say I have this product, somebody say I need this product, and people start bidding for this product, and whoever is cheapest take this model. So some of these are Top Shot, where you can bid for media. There's a Block which you can bid for buying and selling of car. Fiverr, where you can bid for the work. So I think these are the few business model. Of course, like I said, I have not put all the business model, but there are many other business model which is like in the fintech, like buy now pay later, or if you see in the education where you have a subscription model, or you see like there are a lot of data analytics models. So there are a lot of other models, but these are broadly 80-90% which is currently in trending in online nowadays, and you can mix a couple of models. So this is from my side a small presentation. Now I'll open for question answer now. Bintang.
Okay. Yeah, Bintang. I think there is one question from Kevin in the chat meeting. Is there any from Carol actually? Is there any shortcut to collect some money?
Shortcut to collect money? I think from where you want to collect money? From customers or of raise funding? What do you mean by that?
Carol? Karena bisa dijelaskan mau collect money-nya anywhere.
So I think the first is a PayPal. I don't know if you know PayPal. So if you have PayPal and now like TransferWise, these are a lot of startup where where you can collect money from anywhere. So if you have PayPal, you can ask anyone from US to transfer the money in the PayPal, and the money will come to you. So any corner of the world. So PayPal is one of the easiest way. It's kind of e-wallet model where you can collect money anywhere. So yes, I think you can try that. I hope that is what you're looking at.
Apakah menjawab pertanyaannya, Bang Karel ya? Apakah menjawab pertanyaannya pakai bahasa Indonesia juga boleh? Ada saya dan Bintang yang nanti akan membantu. Apakah menjawab pertanyaannya? Yang lain mungkin ada pertanyaan lain. Silakan dalam bahasa Indonesia.
So I don't know what do you mean by raising money. So, but it's okay. I don't know. So maybe Carol, you can type in Bahasa if it's okay. We can convert in English.
Yeah, please in bahasa saja.
Okay. Anyone has more questions?
Apakah
untuk
ada
sahabat Rivguru, jika ada pertanyaan boleh raise hand atau mengetik dalam bahasa Indonesia di kolom chat, nanti kami akan bisa bantu untuk ke Pak Nitinnya. Terima kasih.
ini adalah sesi terakhir ya Mbak Bintang? Bisa
Ibu.
tanya jawab langsung aja ke Pak Evelyn, ke Pak Nitin,
Ya.
karena ini adalah sesi terakhir.
Kalau saya boleh bertanya sedikit.
Boleh, Mbak?
Boleh, Pak.
Ya.
Ya, mungkin ini
Please, Pak Evelyn.
sambil nunggu ya sama teman-teman Rivguru yang lainnya. I want to ask you, Mr. Nitin, ya. Tapi preteksnya saya coba sampaikan dulu in bahasa ya, supaya ada gambaran bagi teman-teman Rivguru. Actually, Mr. Nitin, ya, in business, ya, kalau kita membuat bisnis, kita selalu terbentur sama the giant business raksasa seperti Gojek, Tokopedia gitu ya. Apa-apa sudah dibentur di situ. Jadi kalau thinking about business model ya, barangkali yang bisa kita lakukan adalah kita harus beradaptasi dengan business model. We have to harmonize and suitable to the giant business model like Gojek or Tokopedia. Kita harus mengedepankan yang namanya engagement-nya. Contoh, misalnya, example, you know, Mr. Nitin about InDrive, platform InDrive, ya, such as itu bisnis model seperti Gojek, tapi dia modif itu bisnis modelnya sehingga terjadi engagement gitu ya. Dan dia dapat niche market di situ, ya, dia dapat niche market. Jadi sebenarnya pun kalau misalnya seperti saya ini kan orang teknologi, kalau mau bangun startup yang berbenturan dengan Tokopedia, saya pikir bisa rubah sedikit itu online bisnis itu and sell and buy tadi, tapi ada yang namanya sedikit offering atau lelang gitu, sehingga harga itu bisa ditawar sama si pembeli, ya. Nah, ini bisnis model ini bisa membuat suatu startup yang mendapatkan market yang agak sedikit berbeda dengan Tokopedia-nya. Sebab kalau kita bikin startup yang mirip-mirip seperti Tokopedia, maka itu terjadi red ocean di situ. Jadi pertanyaan saya adalah, Mr. Nitin, my question is, bagaimana caranya kita bisa mendapatkan ide how to get our ideas to modify the business model yang kalau bahasanya itu apa itu ya Bu Esther ya, yang mainstream ya, mainstream. Karena breakthrough ya. Ya, mainstreamnya udah ada. Bagaimana kita mendapatkan idenya supaya kita bisa merubah sedikit gitu. Mungkin contek-contek ya, modify gitu, ITM gitu ya. Can I explain more information about this, Mr. Nitin?
Sorry.
You can catch up, right, Nitin?
Can you reframe it? Sorry.
Bintang, can you summarize the question from Pak Evelyn? How to compete big giant, big player?
Yes. Pak Evelyn is asked about how we can compete with the existing giant brand out there. For the existing platform like Tokopedia in Indonesia is already a big startup, and then we have Gojek also. How we can compete with them with our own business model. Maybe we can like do something adjustment and target the niche market or some any other insight from you, Pak Nitin. Thank you.
Yes. So basically, if you see this, you cannot compete with Gojek and Tokopedia. I think it's very difficult, actually, frankly speaking, if you ask me. Now, how you can beat them? There are two ways to beat them. Okay, one is that, and this is what has happened with a lot of new startups, that you have provided them the new product or new technology easy to use. Okay, now for example, let's say you have, so I give you a simple example. So let's say, accounting, when you create accounting, so earlier there was a lot of big software, like IBM and all this, very complicated, cannot be. So then there's one company in Australia who came and they made accounting as easy as video games. And now that company is bigger than everyone. Okay, now that is how you can change it. So of course, let me give you a simple example. Now, for example, currently if you go to Tokopedia, you can just see the product listing and you to buy, right? Now there are new technology which is coming where you can put your face and you can see how that clothes look on you. There are new technology which is coming where you can, for each product, you can see where the origin is, from where it's coming, everything. So, those new technology. So the beauty of technology is that you can bring a better thing and better thing. So to answer your question, you cannot compete and make another Gojek. It's not possible. But what you can do, you can bring some platform where user find easy to use and experience, then that will be a game changer. So if you're trying to compete with Tokopedia, bring a platform where user have some special features which Gojek or Tokopedia don't have. Like I said, like there's already there's one company in India. What they are doing, if you want to buy furniture, so you can upload your picture of your house, and they will put it on the computer, and you can check it online. So it's like a 3D kind of thing. And now there's a concept called the Web3 has come in, where there's a new concept which is coming in, and this is actually a threat to Tokopedia and the big guys. So this concept is that you create a virtual mall. So it's not only that, like currently what we see, we press the product and see that. So now that's going. In next 3 or 5 years, you will see that it's like, let's say, Astra Mall. You go inside, you'll find different stall. You can pick it up. It's like, you can pick up the shirt. You can see, you can wear everything on your screen. So this is going to come. So these are the threats. So like I said, new technology is all. See, in the technology business, your life is very small. So if you grow, you have to improve your technology. I feel that. So that's because there's nothing else. So there's still option. So in next 5 years, if Tokopedia don't go in that way, the new company in Indonesia will come and someone will make a bigger company than Tokopedia.
Ya, saya mau menduplik statement dari Mr. Nitin ya. Itu memang benar ya, dan memang terbukti ya. InDrive dapat ceruk dia. Kalau penerbangan di bandara Soekarno-Hatta itu rata-rata pilot sama pramugari pakai InDrive, ya. Tapi si Gojek sama Grab juga nggak kehilangan akal dia. Jadi untuk satu kawasan dia, harga dia didiskon sama dia. Pinter juga gitu. Jadi benar-benar kalau nggak dapatnya new teknologi, dapat atau new feature gitu. Tapi itulah pertarungan dengan raksasa. Dan kita dibombardir supaya mati gitu. Supaya mati. Nah, sekarang itulah tantangannya ya. Jadi itulah tantangan. Jadi sepertinya teknologi ini ya, 100 orang engineer belum tentu mengalahkan 1 orang engineer. Tapi 1 orang engineer juga belum tentu menang mengalahkan 100 orang. Jadi itu sebenarnya secret of life di teknologi ini. Jadi hari ini apa bisa berubah gitu. Jadi InDrive saya lihat sampai sekarang masih survive, dia masih dapat ceruk, dapat market di situ. Ya, itu salah satu fiturnya. Tapi sebenarnya fungsinya hampir sama seperti Gojek dan Grab. Tapi Grab juga tahu bagaimana mematikan pesaing gitu dengan harga. Itu yang saya mau sampaikan ke Mr. Nitin. Itu buat teman-teman juga.
Terima kasih Pak Evelyn. So Mr. Nitin, Pak Evelyn told us that sometimes we have here in Indonesia a new platform like Gojek called InDrive. They try to find a new market like on the stewardess and then the pilot in the airport using their services. But then when Gojek knows about it, they like giving more a better price, like discounts, because they have like more money to burn, like more money for marketing. So sometimes it's a matter of capitals also here in terms of if we compete with giant or big companies like Gojek. So
no, I got it. So basically, if you see this, that's the advantage. Now, why Gojek is valued 20 billion? It's because of the size. And that is advantage of startups. In startups, the size matters. So, like for example, Google, Microsoft. You see, there's no another Microsoft developed in the world in last 20-30 years. Why? It's not because there's no new thing has come, but Microsoft has killed it or taken it. Same applies for Google. It's not that there's no another search engine has not come, but Google has killed all the competition. Now that is the risk. When you become big, you will not allow it to go. So for example, if Park Airplane come with some new technology, I will pay Park Airplane, $100-200 million and take it. Okay, there has been a case where Google has taken a lot of technology because they feel that these are the threat, taken it and killed it. That's also a way of killing the competition. So that is the issue which is there. You cannot help it. I mean, that's the risk and threat. So of course, you have to grow, but you have to grow with them. You cannot give threat to them and grow, because Gojek or Tokopedia, Alibaba or Amazon will not allow that. They are huge now. So I think that's why they are valued that, and I think this threat will always go. So it's very simple. You cannot go and make another Google. Google will not allow it. They will not just allow it. So they will either kill it or they improve their product so much that you cannot compete with them. So these are always a challenge.
Baik, oke. Untuk sahabat Rivguru, jadi ini kaitannya dengan apa yang disampaikan oleh Pak Evelyn dan Pak Nitin, bahwa kita kalau ingin bersaing dengan perusahaan raksasa atau startup raksasa yang udah ada di sana, kita harus membuat sesuatu, memberikan new feature, jadi fitur baru yang belum dimiliki. Dan kita harus make sure bahwa teknologi yang dikedepankan itu mudah untuk digunakan, easy to use, dan kita harus bersaingnya dengan cara be more creative, find new feature yang belum dimiliki oleh kompetitor atau pesaing raksasa yang sudah eksis sebelumnya, seperti itu. Untuk sahabat Rivguru, apakah ada pertanyaan lainnya? Kami memberikan kesempatan, boleh raise hand atau menuliskan pertanyaan di kolom chat, boleh ke Mr. Nitin Gupta langsung atau ke Pak Evelyn yang sudah hadir di sini. Silahkan.
Actually, I want to do one small exercise, but I think people are not active here.
Okay, sure, Pak.
So people, so I think I need to know if people can participate.
We can try, Nitin. We can try to do one exercise. Maybe people can then inform.
Okay, so I think
kita buat exercise, okay?
Boleh.
Okay, so let's say so think like this, okay? So there's a small business, okay, and a small, let's say a small pastry shop, okay, or some kind of whatever you can say, like you have that Indonesian cake, right? What is that cake called? Padang, right? What is that? You get, right? What is that Indonesian cake? That cake which you get. You get in Singapore as well. Anyway, so let's say you are a cake shop or a pastry shop, okay, a small shop, okay, and now you are facing a serious problem, okay, because there are a lot of competition, right? Now tell me how the model which we have discussed, which model you can choose and you can use and apply in this cake shop and grow this business to take the business from a small local business to a digital business. Again, assume it's a restaurant or something, food shop, whatever you can choose. Now, small business, which has a uniqueness, of course, it has a uniqueness in terms of, let's say, it's a Bintang cake. Okay, she's an expert chef. In fact, we did one event on Rosma cake, right? Rosma cake or something. So let's say you are the expert. You have one small business in a small locality. You're focusing, but now you want to make it a digital business. Now think innovative way how you can use your digital thought and make this business a pan-Indonesia business. Okay, so I need some thoughts. I'll give you 5 minutes, 10 minutes to think, all of you, and I want you to give your feedback and suggestions. Okay, that how you can use, what business model you can apply, how you can make it a digital business so that it's not a local business, it's a digital business. Okay. So please, everybody, maybe Bintang can explain everybody. Yeah. I need answers from everyone, please.
Oke, baik. Jadi di sini Mr. Nitin Gupta.
One minute.
Yes.
Bintang, you said certificates will be based on that.
Baik, sahabat Rivguru. Jadi ini ada pertanyaan dari Mr. Nitin Gupta dan beliau meminta sahabat Rivguru untuk memberikan feedback. Diberikan waktu 5-10 menit, nanti based on the feedback kalian akan mendapatkan sertifikat untuk partisipan kalian dalam kelas ini. Jadi pertanyaan dari Pak Nitin adalah bagaimana caranya ketika kalian ini mempunyai satu bisnis makanan, misalnya itu cake atau pastry atau bisnis makanan kue khas dari Indonesia. Contohnya misalnya saya sebagai pengusaha bisnis bakpia dari Yogyakarta. Nah, ini kan cake atau makanan lokal khas dari Yogyakarta. Bagaimana caranya atau bisnis model apa yang bisa saya lakukan untuk mengembangkan agar bisa jadi digital bisnis? Nah, bagaimana caranya agar saya lebih sukses dari bisnis saya lokal untuk diangkat menjadi digital bisnis? Ya, sahabat Rivguru semua, kami undang untuk berpartisipasi. Untuk jawabannya bisa dituliskan di kolom chat mulai dari sekarang. Waktu kami persilahkan, kami kasih waktu sekitar 5 menit untuk menuliskan jawabannya di kolom chat. Terima kasih.
So you have 5 minutes to think, 5 to 10 minutes to think. We can even make in the group, but yeah, 5 to 10 minutes to think, and please tell me some interesting way to make one local business, a small business, to make it digital. What business model you will use, how you will use it, and again, your certificates will depend on this, so please.
Lima sampai 10 menit ya, sahabat Rivguru.
Please send your this, and then we'll discuss it. Okay. Good. I think Carol has sent something. Please, I want everyone, Martha, Patricia, Leah, Iqbal, Aditya, Sobira, Ayu, Hiru, Marvin, Mariani, Besmi, Vidya, Riskana, Jayanti, Marcus. Please send me a view how you can make this small business digital business. You can choose one or two options. There are many ways to do it, but you can just use one or two options. Marketing through search engine, carefully creating video ad copying, using email promotion. Okay, good. Bintang, you can also give me your view.
Oh, okay.
Park FN, you can also give me your view. Anyone, just everybody, just send me.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, I do it myself.
Okay, okay. So please share the view so that we can learn from each other. Okay, Martha, I think that's good. But you are talking about marketing. You're not talking about business model. Martha, think from the business model, how you can improve. Okay, Iqbal. Okay, Iqbal has also sent. Good, Iqbal. Okay, good. Iqbal, Martha, and Carol, good. You guys have participated. More people. We have another 5 minutes. Please send everybody. Then we'll have a discussion for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay. Please send more, everyone. Another last 2-3 minutes.
I have one ideas about business model to create business about cake. Yeah.
Yes, Park. Okay, Biryani, product design, channel marketing, CRM. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Park. Okay, Mariani, thank you for your feedback. Good points. Any more? Another 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Mr. Nathan, I don't want to write at the chatbox ya, supaya nggak dicontek ya. Jadi saya sampaikan lagi secara verbal aja nanti.
Sure, Park. You want to talk?
Ya, I want to talk. Jadi nggak ditulis di chatbox supaya tidak dicontek gitu.
Okay, Park.
Later ya, I will talk.
Okay, I'll use e-commerce, meaning at 0.5, sir, we can send interesting promo as a new product. Okay. Okay, good, Martha. I will use e-commerce model and WhatsApp model. Bintang has also jumped in. So good, Bintang. Bintang is expert, I think. Okay. Okay, so let's start. Okay, thank you. Okay, FN. Okay, Park FN has also. So let's okay. Before I ask Park FN to speak. So thank you everybody for the feedback. So all are interesting points. So basically, all of you are saying we use the influencer, e-commerce, video marketing, mail, email marketing. So all these are marketing. So what you're talking is all about marketing. Okay, but I'm talking about business model. A business model is how you do business. So of course, whatever you have told me is all about digital marketing. Okay. Now, digital marketing is a part of the business, right? Like you think like Uber model or marketplace model. Like, of course, few people have said marketplace. You go to Shopee and all those things. So ideally, these are the different. So let me listen from Park, and then I will give you my feedback. Yeah, Park, please. You can speak in Bahasa, Park. It's okay.
First, Mr. Nathan, me.
Yeah, Park. Yeah, first you.
Okay. In reference about business model, right? Jadi, I'm not talking about strategy marketing in my explanation, yeah. Talking about business pastry or cake. How about we create a startup or platform to sell remaining stock of cake. Jadi bisnisnya itu bisnis sisa kue gitu, ya. Misalnya nih contoh, for example, event organizer, right? Kemudian call an event in hotel. Jadi biasanya kuenya kan sisa itu kan. Atau misalnya pebisnis kue yang mensuplai kegiatan-kegiatan tapi sisa. Nah, how to create a platform to sell the remaining stuff.
Okay.
Ya. Jadi tidak sia-sia gitu loh, ya. This is not about marketing. This is about business,
yeah,
right?
Business model, correct. It's an interesting model. Actually, it's
about business. How to reach our customer and bisa kita provide sell and buy-nya gitu.
Correct.
Nah, bisa aja kita bikin kita undang B2B ya. Jadi ada riset, ada event organizer, ada hotel, ada restoran, ada wherever gitu ya. It's called provide a supply, right? Kemudian kita jual dalam bentuk diskon ke orang-orang yang membutuhkan kue itu. Kan sayang daripada dibuang gitu ya. Jadi daripada dibuang ke garbage, kita jual saja gitu. Nah, strategi penjualannya kita bicara strategi marketing, tapi bisnis modelnya adalah bagaimana kita membuat bisnis yang menjual kue-kue sisa tadi gitu. Biasanya ya generally itu harganya pasti anjlok until maybe 60% cut loss of price gitu loh.
Yes.
Jadi kita masih bisa dapat untung di situ gitu. Jadi kita cuma bikin platformnya, kita cuma menghubungkan penyedia kue sisanya dengan orang yang membeli gitu. Bisa itu sebenarnya. I think it's my opinion.
Sorry.
Get it, right?
So I think that's an interesting business model.
Yes.
And I think, so I've seen a couple of, cake company, and especially I've seen this model where they sell that after 5 o'clock, they give discount on all their product. And they say that this is something which is remaining. But actually many business, the main sales come in the discounted product at the evening. So it's a model where people, especially for the cake, because they don't want to keep it for next day, they want to dispose it. So that's one way, is that you create a business model where you say that after 5 o'clock, there's a discount, 50%, 60% discount, and people can come and buy from them. Or you can have some marketplace. Okay, so there are various business models which are there. One interesting business model which I think about is a subscription model. Now think like this. We all buy cakes for some reason, right? And in any 1 year, we buy at least 5 to 6 cakes, right? Let's say if I start, of course, I will do all this marketing. So whatever you all have said is all correct, okay? I'm not denying that. You can go with Facebook, media. So this is something in addition to this, something new one. So let's say if I go and tell you that, okay, do like this. You need cake for 5-6 occasion every year, right? And you spend, let's say, $40 for each cake. So how much you spend? In 1 year, you spend, let's say, $250 right? I say, okay, do one thing. You just give me $100 and you can take 6 cakes from me for 1 year. Okay. And you don't have to even remind. So I will remind you and I will tell you that when you just have to fill one form and I will deliver it. So one is that, I convert this cake business into subscription model. Okay. Or I can say that if let's say, currently I'm a local shop, right? I don't have this. Of course, you can go with the e-commerce. Somebody said we can do tie up with this. Or let's say you go tie up, or you do partnership, or with a company. Let's say you go to and do the similar transaction with the schools or some catering business. Okay. So the idea is that I put everything catalog on the website. Okay. And in this, I have to, one is that you can buy and we can deliver from you. And second, we can have some kind of subscription model. So subscription model, according to me, can add additional revenue and bring more sticky customers. Okay. And this also helps you to expand your market. So that is one model which comes to my mind, apart from what you all have said, what Park has said. These are all interesting models, where you sell, half price after 5 o'clock, or do some digital marketing on this. But this is a new model which can bring you a lot of sticky customer. Let's say I go to a school, college, and I say, do one thing, as a student, how much you spend. Okay, let's say they spend $100. You give me $25 or give me $50. I will provide you cake. I will provide one pastry every day to you. You can come to my shop and eat, or you can deliver. You don't have to pay. So basically what I'm trying to do is that people who buy cake once, I'm trying to bring them to my shop, because nobody eats cake every day, right? So if this can be linked to some kind of subscription-based model where you pay a little bit, but you can enjoy the cake. So I think that could be the interesting way to make this business digital. And make it. So of course, a lot of thought has to go there, but this is a small thought. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, a small business can be converted into digital. You have to think some innovative way, and there are a lot of innovative way, which has come in the subscription model. You won't believe there's a company which sends you paste, shaving cream on the subscription model basis. So they say how much shaving cream you use it. You just pay us $50. We will supply you unlimited supply. Now, this is the innovation. I'm going to show you how the boring insurance business has become interesting. So you can make any boring business into interesting using technology, and that's the beauty of technology. Okay. Now, this is an insurance company. Okay. Now, insurance, we have all heard, is very boring, right? You just go there, you buy and fill. Now, you see how this company has made insurance so easy. This is a new company. And there's better insurance company in Europe. I didn't find it, but this is what I found it. So this is how insurance has changed. You can insure your MacBook, you can insure your cycle. You can do insurance of your earring. You can also do insurance of your earring. You can do insurance of your bag. Bintang has a lot of expensive bags. She can do insurance. Bintang, for $5, you can insure your bag. Now, this is the beauty of the technology, that you can do anything with just small applying of this technology. Now, this is what, so have you ever thought that insurance can be so beautiful? It can be so interesting. You always thought insurance about agent, right? Now, this is what is the impact of the technology. So what I'm trying to say, any business can be made interesting, can be made technology, and it may be beautiful. So whether it's a cake shop, whether it's an insurance business, so there's always a new way to improve it. And that's the technology thing. So Bintang can now insure her, handbag. She don't have to worry about losing it. So she can just get the money. Park Effin can insure his cycle if he wants. He feels that your cycle, somebody can take his cycle for $5. He can insure his cycle. Anyone can do anything. And that is a business model. You see this business model is a subscription, small subscription-based model. You pay. This is pay per use. You just pay whenever you. Okay. In Europe, you can even take insurance for even 30 minutes. So let's say, you want to take your dog out and you feel that something might happen. You can pay insurance for that 30 minutes, 1 hour. That also you can do that. Now, this is the innovation. And this is a technology. Without technology, you cannot do it. Okay. So with this, I rest my case. I hope you have enjoyed. And if you have any questions, you can ask. Else, I'll ask Bintan to close it, please.
Okay, baik. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Nitin Gupta. Very interesting. So if you have a nice and expensive MacBook Pro, you can list it on the vault, and then when someone stole it, you can claim it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Just one minute, Bintang. I think Aryo will give that attendance for certificates. So just maybe you can announce that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So.
Okay.
Sudah terlihat?
Yes, Aryo. Please, Aryo.
Maybe Bintang, you can go ahead.
Oke, untuk sahabat Rivguru yang sudah join, di sini kita ada share QR code untuk mendapatkan sertifikat. Di sini juga sudah dituliskan di kolom chat oleh Kak Aryo. Di sini ada link untuk menuju ke channel Discord dari Rivguru. Mohon untuk kesediaan dari sahabat Rivguru yang join pada siang hari ini untuk langsung klik link yang ada di kolom chat atau bisa langsung scan QR code yang ada tertampil di layar oleh Mas Aryo. Ini nanti bisa mendapatkan informasi mengenai kelas-kelas Rivguru yang berikutnya, dan juga bisa mendapatkan kesempatan untuk mentoring session dari channel Discord. Nah, di sini juga ada form yang bisa diisi. Oke, kami juga mengharapkan dari sahabat Rivguru yang sudah join pada kesempatan siang hari ini untuk follow akun Instagram dan Facebook dari Rivguru agar bisa mendapatkan update tentang event-event webinar dari Rivguru dan courses yang diadakan oleh Rivguru selanjutnya. Oke, baik. Sekian informasi yang kami berikan. Terima kasih banyak atas
Bintang.
ya, Bu.
Mungkin bisa dijelaskan Bintang dan Aryo tentang program mentorship itu bagaimana mentoring ship?
Oke.
Ya,
Baik, saja. Baik, silakan Aryo.
Ya, untuk linknya sudah saya share ya di chat box. Nanti tinggal klik aja join. Nanti di situ ada pertanyaan, tinggal ketik aja langsung di situ. Dan untuk barcode-nya sudah saya share juga ya untuk keperluan absen dan sertifikat nanti.
Baik.
Sudah saya share juga link di chat. Terima kasih.
Baik, mungkin saya tambahkan sedikit untuk partisipan yang hadir di kelas sesi digital business ini. Setelah kelas ini, apabila masih ingin bertanya kepada ketiga speakers, bisa dilanjutkan di dalam diskusi di aplikasi Discord itu yang kami maksudkan dengan program mentoring. Dan di dalam diskusi di program Discord tersebut, diskusinya bisa saja terkait materi hari ini, mungkin masih ada yang mau ditanyakan, atau mungkin pertanyaannya baru muncul besok, atau mungkin minggu depan, masih boleh untuk ditanyakan ke para speakers. Atau apabila teman-teman ingin memulai sebuah bisnis online, kemudian ada keraguan atau ada kesulitan, masih tetap boleh berkonsultasi dengan para speakers itu. Mungkin ingin saya tambahkan mengenai program mentoring tersebut. Jadi kita masih tetap boleh berinteraksi dengan ketiga pembicara terkait dengan aktivitas atau kegiatan bisnis, atau mungkin bagi mahasiswa ada ingin membuat sebuah proyek yang terkait dengan materi hari ini. Terima kasih Mbak Bintang.
Terima kasih banyak informasi tambahannya Ibu Esther. Terima kasih Kak Aryo. Jadi untuk sahabat Rivguru, kami undang untuk join ke link Discord untuk bisa bertanya langsung dengan speaker, nanti bisa menuliskan